Well, hello and welcome back to the Mouse Diva channel. I have another bookish video for you. I am reviewing the very first book that I have gotten off of NetGalley.
Moving pictures. Hello there, moving pictures.
What's up, Doc?
I've been all around the world. Every city, every place. Always been a restless girl.
Now, disclaimer. For those of you that have been watching me for a while, you know I don't do audiobooks and I don't do Kindles, electronic books. I don't do any of those things. Well, until now. And it wasn't by choice. Well, I guess technically nobody twisted my arm. So I had heard about NetGalley. You know, you could read books before they're published, do a review on them. And naive Dana thought they just mailed you the books. But that's not how it happened. I requested a few books and was approved for a few books. And then I'm thinking, I'm going a little further into the acceptance and find out that no, they are, you have to read them electronically. They have to download to your Kindle, or you just download them to the app. So I had to read a book on my phone. Oh no. But I liked this book. There's your spoiler. I liked this book. So the very first book that I read from NetGalley was Where Should We Camp Next? Budget Camping by Stephanie and Jeremy Puglisi. Sorry, I butchered that name. Anyway, it will be released April 2nd, 2024. And I started reading it on March 22nd, 2024. So the intro gets right to the point by stating that camping, it used to be affordable because people, families couldn't afford hotels. So people went camping because it just made sense because it didn't cost as much. But things have changed in the last decade, and campgrounds have had to put in pricey amenities to draw people in, like water parks or lazy rivers, fitness centers, zip lines, all sorts of things like that. So now camping's a little more expensive than it used to be. In the book, they talk about states that have highly updated state park campgrounds like South Carolina, Delaware, and Oregon. They give you invaluable tips throughout the book, like never expect reliable self-service or Wi-Fi at national forest campgrounds. And I never knew that there was even such a thing as the U.S. Corps of Engineering campgrounds. They talk about campground and camping memberships, low cost and high value camping gear. In the recommended campgrounds, they have a best in state designation and also great. So there's the best in state and then the also great in state that they point out. There's a map so you can instantly see what part of the state that these campgrounds are in. So I kind of wanted to show you what it looked like. Now I put the tent there in the trees because I didn't want you to see which parks in North Carolina they picked, but at least you get to see an example of what it looks like. They're going to tell you if it's tricky to navigate a big rig around the campground. They're going to give you a synopsis of each state before they get in to each campground. And just FYI, getting campsites in Florida is difficult. And speaking of Florida, I learned 20 tips for beach camping in Florida. And I must say that their down-to-earth writing style really appealed to me. And here's an example of that down-to-earth writing. They're not Instagram cute, but they're comfortable and very practical. In this book, you're going to find out where there are 21 stone civilian conservation corps cottages. The most big rig friendly state park in the country. Free washer dryer use for laundry. Cornhole tournaments. State park that's in the middle of nowhere. It gets so windy, you have to put in extra long tent stakes. Which campground reviews you should ignore? Which has a dog park the size of a small campground, where bugs are bad in the summer, but the winter's great? Which campsite has an 18-hole golf course? You'll find out where you can get affordable roadside grub and where the best swimming holes and cliff jumping are. You'll find out which private campground has themed weekends, where you can search for dinosaur footprints, which state park is almost heaven, and where you can do gem mining. Which campground has the nicest host? They even tell you if there is a yurt available at a campground. Okay, I know that's not a yurt, but work with me here, people. And which state park has equestrian sites? In this book, you can find out where you can fish from your porch. There's even a state park campground with a sauna and hot tub, and a private campground that is Disney World clean, and a state park with a self-serve bike repair station. Yep, found one of those. The book isn't all roses, because they will tell you if the bathroom is messy. Do you know what BYOT is? Well, I found out from this book. It means bring your own toilet. And of course, you'll find out which parks and campgrounds are pet friendly. So now you see why I loved this book so much. I now have a list of campsites and campgrounds that I want to visit, some that I never knew existed before. And we're going to start hitting some of those. And if you go over to my family channel, Life's a Whirlwind, subscribe and hit the bell notification over there, because that's where we're going to upload those videos when we start visiting some of these campsites. So here's the bottom line, people. Even though I've already read this book, when it comes out on April 2nd, I'm going to have to go buy a physical copy, because I want to be able to highlight and make notes in a physical book, because you know, that's what I prefer. I am so happy that I found this book, because it opened up my eyes to so many campgrounds, and I love how they just went into depth with all the little things, like all these things of just these random tidbits that I've been talking about, that I've mentioned, I wouldn't have known about. So kudos to Stephanie and Jeremy for creating a very useful, easy to read book on camping on a budget. So for more bookish videos, guys, subscribe and hit the bell notification button. I rotate. One is going to be a Disney World video and one is going to be a Vic Bookish video. You get two different worlds here on the Mouse Diva channel. Until the next page.